doing this for Billy as much as for you.
How's it going, y'all? Rowdy Riles back with another action figure review. I know it's been a while, sorry. And of course, what am I getting in the mail at this time? Marvel Legends, but there is something else coming. We got Jada Toys Street Fighter in my pile of loot, but today we're checking out the upgrade slash re-release of Lizard. And this is how you should do it. The two new head sculpts that Hasbro included, the new colors, it's fine. And it's only $40, which is way cheaper than the Build-A-Figure has been going for. So all in all, and I do have the bath, but I wanted this one. So all in all, well, we're going to get into the video and we'll talk about it. But you can tell I like this figure. I think it's cool. Gee, folks, it looks like we've caught a giant lizard person. Just kidding. Marvel Legends series, Marvel's Lizard, and then it says Marvel and Spider-Man down there at the bottom. Having a bath, there's a reason I really wanted this lizard, and it's because of that artwork. That 90s McFarlane style lizard and Spider-Man just go together like blueberry pie and blueberries. On the back, we get that artwork expanded, and it says Doom, Doom, Doom. I'll throw the panel up so you know what's in reference to. It says, Marvel's Lizard, primal drums and dark rituals fuel the transformation of Dr. Kirk Connors into the lizard, sending him on the hunt to torment Spider-Man. And the comic book that this is based on specifically, oof, one rough day for Pete. Open window on that side, Marvel's Lizard. Look at the top, there is more Doom inlays in there. I don't know if you could see it, but it says Doom, Doom, Doom. Way less Doom on the bottom of the box. And with all that being said, I know he's a lizard and not a snake, but I'm a slither little snake. I'm a snake.
I'm a slithery little snaky snake. I'm so slithery and sneaky because I'm a snake.
It feels like it's longer and longer between when I do these figure reviews, but you know, that's the game we're playing right now, the long game. Hopefully the problems kind of just die off, hint hint, you know, and then things will get better. You can only hope, right? But here he is out of his box. All right, y'all, like I said a little bit earlier, I have the bath already, but woo, even for an updated re-release, this figure is pretty good. The joints are much tighter, maybe to a disadvantage to some points. Like the toe joints stick around, the tail stays up. Look at the paint detail the dirt detail that they painted down there at the bottom of the coat. Still has pins. That would have been a nice update. I switched to the lizard head, the only one that matters. Look at that thing. It's ferocious. The other one does have a movable tongue. That's cool. But, you know, this when I think of the lizard, because I'm a 90s kid, this is what I envision in my head is this crazy McFarlane, like ferocious, less dinosaur-like than the bath, but it is still kind of like a dinosaur, at least with this head sculpt. Maybe more like a crocodile. Crocodiles have shorter noses. Which one has shorter nose? Alligator? Crocodile? There's a lot of little lizard references thrown into that sculpt as far as the design and the way it was drawn. But, you know, he's got big old freaking limbs and arms and legs. He's so much bigger than Spider-Man, which is what the lizard should be. That retro card, it was fine, but for first appearance, but this is the lizard right here. And taking a look at that sculpt, you can see there's paint in the eyes, so the details are very nice. Teeth are all painted nicely. The gums are pink. Pants are purple. Belt buckle is painted. Claws are painted down on the toes and on the fingers, so they didn't skimp out on the paint. Well, not belt, but the pants button is painted on there. And of course, there's tears and tatters all throughout his lab coat because he just grew his arm back and got really big and scaly and started snarling and going, Doom, Doom. Well, he's not saying that. That was just the artwork in the back of the panel. But if I saw this guy, I would really think that I was doomed. And, you know, Spider-Man was probably feeling the same at this point because that story is brutal. It is freaking brutal. So definitely check it out. I forget what it's called, but it'll be up here. I'll show the front of the issues and all that stuff so you can go look it up for yourself. But Editor's note, the arc that this is called Torment during Amazing Spider-Man in the 90s, and it was spent essentially just the Lizard going ham on Spider-Man's life. I really adore this figure much more than the Bath. Like, sometimes it's okay to get like a quote-unquote lazy upgrade. It's not. I mean, the price wasn't terrible either. The Bath is still selling for like $60-$70 on eBay, so I'm gonna try to sell it because I don't need to. But yeah, this Lizard is fantastic. Definitely worth upgrading if you're not a biggest fan of the Bath's colors and sculpt. So, Lizard, Blizzard, Wizard, Gizzard, Snizzard, Wizard. Did I say wizard? Checking out his height. Let's see how tall he is. I know he's not standing up straight, but that's because his legs are literally hunched over. But to the top of his head, he is about 6 3/4 inches. Almost. He's almost there. If you put him on his tippy toes, he'll be there. Close enough. What? God, it's been forever since I do this. All right, we'll do the accessories first because there's really only one. Of course, I swapped out the head that was in the box, but this head is fantastic. It does look great. It's definitely my favorite of the two. It would have been nice if they included some slobber like that giant Venom came with. That would have been really cool. But, you know, I still am really glad that we've gotten this update because I think it was desperately needed. I think this is the Lizard a lot of people have been waiting for. The other accessory is the more dinosaur-like head, but it is different than the Bath, so it's a new head. Whited out eyes, more just straight up animalistic lizard rather than intelligent hunting creature, just run by hunger, in my opinion. And the tongue moves and mouth closes, so that's very nice. We get an articulated head sculpt. That would have been cool if that one was articulated too, but I understand why they didn't because the snout is much shorter and there's less room in there, but I think that this is cool. Definitely going to take some photos with that. Those are all the accessories. That's it. So I guess that leaves us to the articulation. Y'all, it's been a while. I'm so rusty. I'm trying to be like, keep the energy up, keep this interesting, you know, but it's been forever. Like, I know I did the Kitty and Colossus, but that feels like, I feel like that was at least 3 weeks ago, somewhere around there. Like, the well has been dry, y'all. And by the well, I mean my wallet. We all know why that is, because this economy is so screwed. Like, the time you get groceries and pay the bills, what's left? Nothing. All right, articulation. Head sculpt, or the head is on a separate peg from the neck, which is on a ball peg, so it goes up about that far, down that far, and you can look directly down at the ground, which is very nice. That head moves very well, because there's a smaller peg in there that it attaches to. I'm not trying to knock anything over. Don't do that, Riley. Don't do that. You'll start screaming and cussing. Shoulders come up, not very far, about 90. Ooh, see, it's a Bath, so. But be wary of that happening. Shoulders come up about 90. There is a bicep cut. Pinned double elbows that really don't have that much range when it comes to going in and going out, just because the sculpt, once again. Torso, he goes down really low. Very nice ab crunch on there. Backwards, not as far. Lab coat gets in the way. Tail, articulated. Also, make sure you heat it up if you really want it to stick on there. It would have been nice if they had updated this with a wire tail, but you know, this is Hasbro, so we'll just take it. $40 for this is like a steal for a lot of people because the Bath was so expensive and the retro card was so expensive. Thigh cut. Legs come forward that far. See, it's a Bath. They just pop off. Forward that far. That's the limit. Knees, barely any range there. Sculpt once again at play. Rockers, actually surprisingly decent. Toe joints a lot tighter than the Bath. That is an improvement. And that is really. Can I get him to stand on his tippy toes though? Can I do it? I don't think I can. If I move his tail down, but that's kind of cheating, right? There we go. That is the articulation on our lizard. So exactly the same as the bath. And speaking of the bath, we're going to go ahead and get into the comparisons.
Just my luck. Everybody, form a perimeter around that monster and we'll attack from all sides.
You can try to surround me, but I will tear you apart.
You are tearing me apart, Lisa!
So taking a look at the two together, you can really see the differences here with the colors. Much brighter, much more pigmented on the new updated deluxe release. Head sculpt's completely different. This guy's a dinosaur head. I just knocked over a frog. Hurting your fellow reptiles is not your MO, Lizard. What's wrong with you? Like I said, the toe joints on this bath are not great, but you can see the difference in the head sculpts here. We'll point them face to face. And also we'll put this one in the middle so you know, like I said, this is also a new head sculpt. It is not reuse. So those are those two together. Exactly the same figure with some slight changes. The paint and the head sculpt, and it makes a huge difference in my opinion, like a humongous difference. Here he is with Maximum Spider-Man and Battle Damage Spider-Man. You can see that Maximum is the perfect height and the Battle Damage is just slightly too tall because Spider-Man's 5'10" and not 6 foot. But next to the Lizard, it's really like, doesn't really matter. Like you can use either one and it would work because Lizard is freaking chonking huge. Just some huge friggin' guy.
Huge friggin' guy.
Here he is with the 6-armed Spider-Man and Dr. Michael Morbius. If you know, you know. Well, I'll just tell you. It's because Morbius' first appearance involved both the Lizard and Peter's 6-arm mutation. So he came to Connors for help. Morbius is also dealing with genetic disorder, and they both happen upon the Lizard. And Spider-Man and Morbius kind of have to team up and calm him down, and then yeah, anti-hero Morbius, he wasn't originally introduced as like a horrible villain, but he did come off a ship where I think everyone was like not alive anymore and they had their blood drained, so I think he did do that. I could be wrong.
It's Morbin time.
Here he is with my, what was it called? Diet, I forget what it's called. That sucks. But I call him Feathers because he's got feathers on him. And my little Hasbro, if you can see him there, my little Hasbro Lizard from Crocmaster. Speaking of Crocmaster, here he is with Crocmaster and Fiona. I had a brilliant idea when I said that. Here he is with She-Hulk and Captain America. And I think that's good, right? I think that covers it.
Try to restrain him now while he's down, but try not to hurt him.
So with all that being said, y'all, I think you know how I feel. I like this figure. $40 for a very much sought after bath for a lot of people that they were missing. That's a solid move. Better colors, better head sculpts, also a solid move. So Hasbro, I'm not going to hate on it this time. Although there is, you know, the old pin reuse. It's just, we needed this Lizard. And if y'all needed this video, go ahead and make sure you smash the like button. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Comment, let me know what you think. If you have the bath, if you have the original or the retro card, which one is your preferred one, how your day is going, just say hey. Do all that stuff. Keep your head up, stay brave, be kind to your local LGBTQ plus community. If you're protesting, be extra super duper safe for the love of all that is holy. Be safe. I love y'all. I will see you next time, and bye-bye. Feeling cute today. Got the makeup, got the pastel colors. I'm loving it.
Is he?
He'll be okay.
Oh, thank heaven.
I'll help you carry him out of here in a second. But first, I have to get something.
Return to
Mythical Walmart end cap.
Ah, Morty, you're still watching this crap, isn't this?
I can't review figures and toys and stuff. Aren't you a little old for toys? Ah, geez, Rick, you know, I don't think you should call her a bitch, and I kind of like her videos, so maybe you should shut the up. Q, Morty. Q.